Christians sometimes cite the Talmud as extra-biblical evidence of Jesus' historicity. The Talmud is a set of Jewish scriptures written in the first millennium, and some of them describe what appears to be Jesus. In Sanhedrin 43a, it says, "On the eve of Passover, Yeshu was hanged. For 40 days before the execution took place, a herald went forth and cried, 'He is going forth to be stoned because he has practiced sorcery and enticed Israel to apostasy. Anyone who can say anything in his favor, let him come forward and plead on his behalf.' But since nothing was brought forward in his favor, he was hanged on the eve of the Passover." The problem with this is that it doesn't seem consistent with the biblical account. The Talmud says that Jesus was hanged instead of crucified. Apologists will sometimes respond that he was hanged on the cross. This is obvious casuistry. Jesus was not hanged on the cross. One could perhaps say that he was hung on the cross, but to say that he was hanged has a very specific meaning. To be hanged means specifically to be hanged by the neck. This is not open to the interpretation apologists make. If the Talmud had said Jesus was hung, then that would be open to multiple interpretations, but that's not what it says. Maybe this is a translation issue, however, and the original Hebrew word translated as hanged is actually less specific. But even if that were the case, why not simply say that Jesus was crucified if that was what was meant? This is another case of apologists telling us that in order to make proper sense of Scripture, in order to see how apparent contradictions are illusory and how passages making demonstrably false claims are really accurate, we must assume that virtually every religious scribe was a horrendously terrible writer and that virtually nothing in Scripture actually means what it looks like it means.